Yo, yo. So I just want to say, thank everybody that booked the full moon and Scorpio readings and shit like that. A nigga will get to that as soon as possible. I know I gotta do some calls and shit. You know what I'm saying? The show must go on, and I hope everybody that's going through this transit has a fulfilled transit. You know, if you know how what the moon is made of. Our feelings and reactions to things, and it's in Scorpio, so we're gonna be fully trying to control or need to feel fulfilled with some chaos or some type of transformation or some type of thing we gotta put death to or some type of thing we gotta lay to rest. We gotta dead something, and in the sun in Taurus, it was like the dead of something, the death of something that we was supporting. You know what I'm saying? We was valuing. We was growing with, kind of grow with them types of things because the sun is in Taurus. And it's built on that second fixed space of springtime and shit like that. Um, so yeah, this is a powerful transit. Um, Analysis of, man, we got Uranus leaving the end of Taurus as well. So Uranus is for sure bringing a lot of uniqueness, individuality, and change to what you support. It's like we gotta be original with what we support, and a lot of this is still like kind of reverting back to community and stuff like that. Like what community you support, or what types of mentalities you support, or what type of way of thinking you support. What up, chat? What type of way of thinking you support? You know what I'm saying? Um, because your way of thinking, what you support, that's what you give your time to, your energy to. You may even spend your hard-earned money on that and stuff. But now it's going through a change. You know what I'm saying? It's going through a big change. We got the full moon in Scorpio powering off this big change, making us respond to this big change. And the sun going to Taurus, we seeing the change. You know, we seeing where we individual we where the individuality lies, and you know it's going to be a lot of rebellious you know ness too in that same instance. So you know we're going to experience a lot of chaos. So we might experience passion, frustration, motivation, desire, or will, power, issues, and it's going to be deep embeddedly in some type of emotion. So some type of deep emotion you want to transform or whatever, but it's like it's emotional too. So at the same time, it's like, and then we're gonna have to go about it a practical way. You know what I'm saying? So those kind of two are opposite. Like the emotion of like wanting to, have that emotion fulfilled, which we should already be fulfilled in that emotion of knowing we fulfilled with whatever chaos is going on, but also, what I'm saying, having a practical way to go about that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do it practically, and that's not emotional. You know what I'm saying? So, you could take that and apply that into your life, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Apply that into your life, however, it work out for you. But I do want to thank everybody for booking the readings and stuff. And if you need, this reading is for you too, you can go to my website, cito.world, and book you one too. And I'm gonna get to y'all readers that already booked the readings and shit like that too. So motherfuckers brought me more business too. So I ain't tripping, you know. But yeah, it's a time for you for these next couple of days. It's gonna be something that you kind of gotta, I guess, kind of let go. It's like you really can't do it. It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't type energy. So it's just like let the whole thing go. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever to come up with a sense of you know um, realization. A realization of how you feel and at the totality of that feeling. And then once you act on it, though, it's gonna be practical. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be opposite, and because you might want to act a certain way about it, but the moon is in Taurus, so the way you want to act the way it may be, you may want to go about it emotional because the first reaction to it, but you're gonna have to go about it more practical, and so AKA is gonna have to be less feeling about it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to have less worry about it, less way of thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Less connection to it. And so everybody kind of doing that on their own level. Everybody kind of protecting themselves in their own level. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody got the right too. But no matter what's going to happen, and this is the motherfucking time we're going through. This is the motherfucking energy we're going through with this full moon in Scorpio. This is the motherfucking energy we're going through in this full moon in Scorpio. And you have to let something die. You know what I'm saying? You have to let some let go. You gotta let some be transformed so you can go into another one. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, this is you got to. You're gonna have to let it go. You're gonna have to let it go. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. I know look, you shouldn't be looking at the screen while driving. I don't want you to get hurt. And that's another look at that. That's the energy playing out too. Like the sun and Taurus, like I said, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's all about safety and shit like that, supporting and you know what I'm saying? So I peep your game and shit like that. I appreciate it and stuff like that. But everything kinda in some opposite space right now. It's like everything kind of in some back and forth type of energy and shit of what we should be doing that's safe for not. And is this stable to feel and is this stable to participate with? You know what I'm saying? So this is uh, these are energies in general. So when I get in that spot and stuff like that, I got a little bit more trust. But it's also a little bit more about trust, all about trusting something deeply, trusting some type of intuition. You know what I'm saying? Now you can go too far in that, you know what I'm saying, trust into something that's really nothing or something that's in the abyss or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you want to make it look at least and seem and hit a little bit more practical than not and stuff because that that put you in a space of where you're at least kind of going with the flow of the planetary, you know what I'm saying, alignments and shit like that, universe and shit, and that kind of create a sense of order based upon you have a spiritual and mental direction. You know what I'm saying? You have like a broader sense of direction, on a mental broader level because you're kind of already feeling these things mentally, emotionally, beyond your physical and shit like that, based upon just like you, and you can pick that up from, just observing and seeing other people go through shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, just your observation between these things could be uh, He said, "You have a good night. Stay safe now. We have a blessed day." I appreciate that. Yeah, all y'all too, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man. This moon in Scorpio. So like I said, you know what I'm saying. Things can get chaotic. You know what I'm saying. Most get chaotic and things, but you know what I'm saying. You just gotta transform. You gotta allow shit to transform. You gotta allow shit to let go, and that's the whole thing and shit like that. And we let go. And that mean we ain't trying to be in control or nothing. I ain't trying to be in control of no narrative or nothing like that. Niggas say what they got to say, and it is what it is. And I hope all y'all doing the same thing. And thank y'all for y'all reads. If y'all want to book, uh, if anybody want to book, y'all can book still and shit like that. You know, I do them bitches, and I'll let y'all next time.